Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe and hit that little bell button. Ring-a-ding-dinger. Who the hell is a Mega Man? And where did he come from? I don't know. But should you play 30XX? Now that right there, it's a question I can answer for you. 30XX, everyone. 30XX. The only Mega Man games I've ever played are the Mega Man Zero games. Other than that, I've seen a ridiculous amount of Mega Man speedruns during Games Done Quick over the years. Always remember, Mike Uyama, creator of Games Done Quick, that I still hate you for banning Bonesaw in 2016. A moment of silence and commemoration for Bonesaw, everybody.
Shoving your fist right in there, dude.
Shut up.
I'd run away
Just
too.
shut up.
When I saw 30XX, I thought this was finally my time to give Mega Man style games the good old college try. I'd never heard of 30XX before, but I saw that the reviews were very positive, and it also popped up on the front page of Steam, so I said, fuck it, I'm bored and need a game to play. I went ahead and bought the game, not realizing it was a sequel to 20XX, which looks like the developers of Battery Staple Arts hired a young Mega Man hentai artist from DeviantArt and allowed them to have full control of the style of game. The design is dégoûtant. That was my French lesson for the year. If you want more French, make sure you check out this channel. So, thank God. And rap to Jesus. That I'd never looked up the game beforehand. Because if I did, the art might have been enough to turn me away from 30XX, but 30XX takes the art from 20XX and says, fuck you! And I'm very grateful they did that. The graphics are crisp, and the foreground and background elegantly entangle themselves in enigmatic ways that ensnare the viewer's attention. Oh my god. Oh. I made it. I'm doing it. The contrast in them is ever so slightly there, yet the meshing of pixel art is wonderfully integrated. There's a ton of people on Steam being, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, so please take no offense, people in the Steam reviews, but there's a lot of people being little bitches who are complaining about the pixel graphics of 30XX and saying they're a downgrade from the horribly designed deviant art models of 20XX. Please, people, look at the side-by-side. Them graphics, along with the music, especially the song that goes bum 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 make the game feel like someone captured nostalgia. Playing this game on a Saturday morning threw me back to the good old days of the mid-2000s, where I was but a child roaming around doing child things. I swear that's not a real thing that ever happened. My flashback guy's lying to you. Disclaimer, I don't actually have a flashback person. I meant the days where I was playing great retro games on a Saturday morning on my Game Boy Advance and feeling the release of not being in school. It's the way in which the game is crafted that feels like an ode to the past, but keeps its flair and originality by throwing in its roguelite component. As someone who plays a lot of roguelikes and roguelites, getting used to this was pretty easy. Holy shit. It was hard. It was really, really hard. And it wasn't because the game was broken or the controls were wonky, but because of how well everything worked. It felt like I had too much control over the way I moved in the best way possible. I was going around being like, swish, swoosh, swash! The dash mechanic felt great, and the enemy placement never felt broken, which is kind of insane due to the fact that maps are randomly generated, which guarantees a fresh run experience every time. The enemies are purposeful, and every single one of them brings in a different way of problem solving into the picture, along with the way obstacles are set throughout the map. It makes playing through the game feel like I'm as intelligent as Bobby Fischer, except instead of playing chess, I'm playing 30XX, but basically they're the same thing. Chess, 30XX are indubitably different things.
I've killed him and taken over his life. Don't let smart people fool you. Indubitably and undoubtedly are the same thing. 30XX and chess are the same thing.
The way the game introduces map mechanics is genius, as it never holds your hand through them but expects the player to learn through trial and error. They all flow into each other and come in at a great pace, The game sets it up to where there are areas like these in High Vault, or as I call it, the owl map, because you get to run around and kill this adorable owl. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's so cute. Sorry. The game sets up areas like this where there's a platform that you can't reach, so you're all like, holy shit, this game has terrible design. They haven't even fixed a problem where you can't reach an area up top. But then you realize that you're an idiot and there are these giant blue things behind you that allow you to double jump. It's the same with the Penumbra map, where there are these invisible different colored platforms and you're like, I ain't no invisible man. How am I supposed to see these platforms? Only to realize that you are an invisible man. And that the way you make the platforms appear is by jumping off of one of the currently visible colored platforms onto one of the invisible different colored platforms that corresponds with the initial one, which then in turn makes the initial one disappear. It's so simply complex. Being a roguelike, the game allows for the players to find characters' weapons, techniques, augs, and core upgrades to change the way in which the game is played, depending on which character you choose. There are 2 characters in this game. Ace, who's 1 million, if not infinite, out of 10, god tier, the best. And then you have Nina, who's absolute dog trash, garbage. The techniques are straightforward and to the point. All of Nina's, on the other hand, are really awful. The weapons are also much better with Ace. You get this dope-ass, fire-ass, lit-ass sword to start off with, and then you get this spear thing, and holy shit, don't even let me get started on the hammer. The hammer's like Odin came down and was like, fuck you, Thor.
Are you crying? No. Yes.
And here you go, Ace. Kill everything and succeed. And Ace took it and was like, of course, new father. Nina's weapons, on the other hand, are a blaster, a wavy blaster, and a much weaker, smaller blaster.
How could
Why would anyone make a character like this?
Why?
The one complaint I do have with this game would have to be with the enemy variety that 30XX has at the moment, but I also realize that the game is in early access and that this will probably change as the year goes on and the game prepares itself for its later release. The bosses do make up for the enemy variety, as every area has some type of mini boss along with a main boss that turns this game into a bullet hell. They're each unique, fun, and feel like giant puzzles waiting to be explored, as each has its own set of skills and movements that need to be mastered. I personally love this bug lady. She has a dope ass scythe and moved around like Billy Bojangles in the Stair Dance of 1932. You know what I mean? Obviously you know what I mean. So, should you play 30XX? If you don't subscribe to the idea of Mega Man fanfic hentai deviant art being superior to pixel art, then you probably should.
風呂場の鏡